Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Briareos Oskarensky and welcome to the fourth and final video of the 2025 edition of Games I've Bought but I've never played for one reason or another. And as typical of this series, I'm unboxing a game I've got previously but never got around it. And for this year I wanted to do several smaller titles, but when I got Daemon Cross Machina Titanic Scion, I decided let's play the game and let's unbox this as a final videos for this series. And this is an interesting edition. This is an American limited edition, as you can see down here due to ESRB rating, and it's done by Marvelous. And before we go around, the game is full on cartridge. And yes, I've already played it. So on the front we have, excuse me, one of the mechas of the game, and they are not really mechas like the first Demon Cross Machina, but they are more of powered suits. So on the sides, just the title, on the bottom, nothing, and just solid colors on top and bottom. And on the back we have 4 screenshots detailing the game, a bit of backstory, technical details down here, and one of the NPCs I still haven't met. And on the right we have the contents of this limited edition. There is the game, of course, a 112 pages art book, an acrylic diorama, okay, acrylic dioramas are spreading everywhere, soundtrack CD, emblem patches, and flight tag keychains. So, this opens like a book like this, and there is some padding. Here we have, I guess these are the flight tags. Ah yes, it's written down here. The acrylic stand. This is the patch. Original soundtrack. Game, and last, the art book. Starting off with the game, the front cover is different from the outer box. I think this is supposed to be your character and this your starting. I don't remember how they're called. Arsenals. They are called arsenals. Anyway, spine, just the title of the game, and on the back looks like the same 4 screenshots as the outer box, and of course the same introduction. And inside not only we have the game, of course, there is a manual, and there is also a reverse cover. So I must say that Marvelous did great work with this edition so far, and I truly hope what you get inside the game without the limited edition is the same as you are seeing here. Now, let's take a look at the manual. So these are the 2 NPCs you meet after the introductory sequence, and at least in the first hours of the game they follow you around and act as guides and AI controlled teammates. And I see that they start with characters that I did meet, like Ash. I don't remember about Angel, but the other 3 I haven't, at least in the first hours. And this is an open world game. It runs decently on Switch 2, sorry, but some of the textures inside are kind of terrible, which is to be expected. Frankly, I didn't expect it to run as well as it did when I tried it. These are the 3 flight tags, and like some other extras, they are held by a cardboard pocket. And let's see, we have this one. So nothing out of the ordinary for the tags, just printed. They are printed on both sides, and the artwork is the same. No, the tags are fabric, rather stiff fabric, but everything else is printed onto the fabric. It's not fully woven. Although I'm trying to look at this tag, the United Earth Coalition tag, and I don't know, probably the inner piece is something to give this tag rigidity, and then the fabric is woven on it, and at least for this tag, not on everything, and then the others are printed on the fabric. So these are the fabric patches that will probably be very similar to the flight tags, and they are basically the same thing. They are printed on fabric, and I would say the fabric is then woven onto a piece of plastic, something by paper. I don't really know what this material is. But I must say the printing quality on the tags is much sharper than on these patches, and it's rather unfortunate they don't have Velcro on their backside. Back on the printing quality, the shield, the emblem shield, is very, very blurry. There is text on top of the shield, but it's barely readable, or not at all readable, in fact. So this is called the original soundtrack, and I will be disappointed if it's not the complete one. And at 15 tracks, I don't think it is. So I called this one an NPC on the outer box, but apparently this is the female type of your starting character. You can customize him or her, of course. So Daemon Cross Machina, this is the CD, and below that there is just a plain artwork. Acrylic standee that on the outer box was described as acrylic diorama. And so I think this will be a base, yes. And okay, this is quite different from what I was expecting. Let's assemble this one. The acrylic diorama is something I wasn't expecting, at least in the configuration they put in this limited edition. And it's just 2 pieces, the base and the diorama itself. And the diorama is composed by 3 pieces of acrylic. You have the background, which surprisingly is printed on both sides, and the rear side has a very tiny bit of relief on it, and then you have your arsenal and your character in a recreation of the game's front cover. Probably because it's something different from the usual acrylic stands, I like this one, although, yeah, it's an acrylic stand. Personally, I would have preferred a bit more money infused into the flight tags and the patches rather than having this one. The art of Daemon x Machina Titanic Scion. And so I don't remember who the mechanic designer is for this game. Sorry. But I thought it was someone who worked with From Software on Armored Core, but now that I see the sketches outside the game, it reminds me of the Japanese version of BattleTech. If you've ever seen some of the manuals, especially how this arsenal has its legs designed, it kinda reminds me of that. So yes, these two are your starting character. And this being the American version of the game, or better, the Western version of the game, you have the English voice actors, but in the game you can change to Japanese voices, so it's a bit of a lost opportunity to have both. And these are a bunch of characters I haven't met. But Nerve here is your very first NPC you meet around. And as far as the game... Wow, wait. Machinery, you have this art page, and then you have the arsenals. Okay, fine, I guess. And the game is, I've introduced it during the game manual, is an open world game that I've seen described as Elden Ring cross Armored Core, which is not too far off, but it still plays and controls rather similar to the first Daemon x Machina. You accept missions, you fulfill them, and you continue with the story. You have a console, the upgrade parts, from what I remember of the first game, are rather similar. So I think if you enjoyed the first game, you will enjoy this one as well, but I found both of them very average. Especially the open world concept is one of those very vast and very empty open worlds that are there just to say, yeah, I have an open world. And they don't really add a lot to what you are doing. I would have preferred missions like in Armored Core or, well, even Demon Cross Machina, where it was more focused. And these are the various weapons. And also I don't know how many weapons there really are, but the combo system is just 3 hits, which if your game is going to be long and it's going to be open world, you might want to invest into how all weapons feel. Because otherwise everything will be rather boring. I'm playing Full Metal Skullgirls right now on PC, and it almost has the same problem in terms of weapons. There are only a handful of weapons, and the physical weapons are like 3 or 4 hits. Combos with the axe I think is just 2. And that game drags way too much. I'm at floor 85 and I have to force myself to play. It's way too long and way too repetitive. And talking about games, they have announced a new Serran Kagura game on mobile. That will be fun. Or something I won't play at all. No, probably I will play a bit just to see how it goes. But anyway, enough rambling. This has been the art book included in Daemon Cross Machina Titanic Scion. Quality of the game aside, I must say Marvelous did a good job with this limited edition. The best part is the game on cartridge, of course, the manual. The artbook is nice. The soundtrack, if it's just 15 tracks, and I really doubt so, they should have called it something else, like excerpt or limited soundtrack or stuff like that. The patches and the flight tags, they are a nice extra, but they aren't incredibly well done. And the acrylic stand is nice in its novelty, at least for the shape and how it's presented, but it's not particularly my cup of tea. I don't know if this will be the last video for 2025, but if it is, happy holidays, happy new year, happy everything you want. 2024 was not the easiest year for me personally, 2025 was not the easiest year for me professionally, and 2026 is shaping not to be any easier, but I am happy to be back doing this series and of course bringing you videos even if my channel is small and it has a very limited scope. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this unboxing and the previous year, and you'll stick around for more. Briare Oskarensky, over and out.